This is the QTV Nightly News, and I am Lolly M. Kamara. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. In the corruption trial involving 3 senior government health officials, the defense calls for an acquittal, citing lack of evidence. The Ministry of Trade, in a statement, reaffirmed its commitment to regulating bread prices and ensuring affordability for consumers. The National Assembly launches a new 5-year strategic plan aimed at strengthening institutional capacity, accountability, and citizen engagement. The Ministry of Higher Education awards 10 of the University of the Gambia's top graduates with excellent scholarships. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Thank you for joining us. In the ongoing corruption trial of 3 government senior officials, defense lawyer Khadija Tujalo has urged the Banjul High Court to acquit her clients, arguing that the prosecution has failed to present credible evidence. This story by Usman Jata is narrated by our Bob.
Appearing before Justice Ibrahim Jete at the Banjul High Court, defense lawyer Khadija Tujalo submitted a no-case to answer motion on behalf of her clients, Bala Kande, Program Manager of the Malaria Control Program, Omar Male Sise, Executive Director of the Health Promotion Development Organization, HEBDO, and Muhammadu Lamin Jete, former Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Health. Jallo argued that the prosecution failed to establish a prima facie case against the accused, who face multiple charges including corruption, forgery, theft, and economic crimes involving an alleged $11.47 million. She referenced the testimony of the first prosecution witness, Satang B. Huma, who said the funds in question sourced from Global Fund and Health Promotion Development Organization, HEBDO, were disposed of accordingly between 2018 and 2020 under the Malaria Control Program. Defense lawyer Jallo emphasized the Ministry of Health had signed separate agreements with Global Fund and HEBDO, and that HEBDO acted as an agent alongside international partners like Catholic Relief Services and UNICEF, all under former Memoranda of Understanding. She also cited the second prosecution witness, Ernest A. Mendy, who confirmed that project funding and partnerships were governed by board-approved agreements. According to lawyer Jallo, funds passed through multiple layers of financial scrutiny, including audits and external oversight, leaving no evidence of wrongdoing by her clients. The court adjourned the matter to allow the defense to continue its submission and for the state to respond. Court records dated 17 March 2025 list the accused as facing charges of official corruption, obtaining goods by false pretense, and other financial crimes. That's the latest from the court. The report was written by Nicholas Bass of the Voice newspaper and summarized by QTV. For QTV News, I am our Bob.
The Ministry of Trade has reaffirmed its commitment to regulating bread prices and maintaining affordability for consumers in a statement issued on Wednesday. Our Bob again.
The Ministry of Trade informs the public that the government, through this ministry, continues to closely monitor the production, distribution, and sale of bread across the country. This effort aims to ensure that bread, as an essential food commodity, remains available and affordable to the population. In March 2025, the Gambia Bakers Union announced a potential increase in the price of bread from $10 to $15 per loaf, citing rising production costs. In response, the Ministry of Trade initiated discussions with the union to understand the factors behind the proposed hike. The consultations revealed that the proposed increase was primarily due to higher input costs in bread production. To address this issue collaboratively, the Trade Ministry engaged the Gambia Bakers Union, the Gambia Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (GCCPC), and the Consumer Consortium in a series of constructive dialogues. These discussions led to a decision to suspend the proposed price increase pending a comprehensive analysis of bread production costs. A task force comprising representatives from the Ministry of Trade, GCCPC, and the Gambia Bakers Union was formed to carry out this analysis. Data on input cost was collected from 48 Centful and Tapalapa bakeries nationwide. The findings were presented to the Trade Ministry's senior management and the executive of the Bakers Union on Wednesday, May 7, 2025. The data analysts showed that the proposed price increase was not justifiable based on current production cost. Consequently, the ministry has announced that the price of bread will remain at $10 per loaf for both Senfur and Tapalapa varieties across the country. The Ministry of Trade assures the public that it will continue to engage with all stakeholders in the bread value chain to find sustainable and balanced solutions that serve the broader public interest. According to them, any future decisions will align with national quality standards set by the Gambia Standards Bureau. For QTV News, I am our Bob.
The Gambia's National Assembly has officially launched its new 5-year strategic plan 2025-2029 in a move aimed at enhancing institutional capacity, accountability and citizen participation in governance. The plan was unveiled on Friday in partnership with International IDEA and with support from the European Union. Usman Jata witnessed the landmark event and filed this report.
The National Assembly's new strategic plan sets out a comprehensive framework to strengthen democratic governance, improve operational independence, and promote transparency over the next 5 years. Unveiled at a ceremony attended by senior government officials, civil society representatives, and international partners, the plan builds on the previous 2019-2023 strategy while introducing priorities such as digital transformation, gender inclusion, environmental responsibility, and professional development for parliamentary staff. Clerk of the National Assembly Khalifa Bai outlined the plan's core pillars, noting that it aims to position the legislature as a model of democratic governance.
The plan enhances legislative excellence. We will focus our strengthening the quality of legislation, improving parliamentary oversight, and ensuring rigorous scrutiny of government action.
Speaker Fabakary Tombong Jatta reaffirmed the Assembly's commitment to democratic values and citizen-centered reforms.
Let us embrace the responsibilities it entails with diligence, integrity, and a steadfast focus on serving our constituents.
The EU-funded initiative, delivered through the Code project in partnership with International IDEA, was also endorsed by EU Ambassador Immaculada Roca I. Cortez, who reaffirmed the EU's support for democratic consolidation in the Gambia.
As the Gambia continues to its democratic consolidation, the European Union remains a steadfast partner. We reaffirm our commitment to accompany you on this journey, supporting reforms that build strong institutions and empower citizens.
The plan emphasizes institutional collaboration with other government branches, civil society, and international partners. Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow and Auditor General Modu Sise both highlighted the critical need for synergy and mutual accountability in public governance.
The Assembly plays a crucial role in the governance of the country. The legislative power is vested in it by the Constitution, a power which it shares with the President of the Republic through his power to assent to bills, and generally with the executive in respect of his power to enact subsidiary legislation.
It is only when recommendations are implemented that we can see the needed changes. It is therefore our collective responsibility by the auditees, the National Audit Office, and the National Assembly to ensure that audit recommendations are implemented.
Delivering the keynote address, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow stressed the importance of inclusive, participatory governance, urging stakeholders to commit to the plan's successful implementation.
We encourage the National Assembly to explore innovative ways to reach all segments of our society, including women, youth, and persons with disabilities, and rural communities, ensuring that their concerns and aspirations are reflected in the work of Parliament.
As stakeholders noted, its success will depend on broad-based participation and sustained commitment, a bold step towards transforming the Gambia's National Assembly into a beacon of democratic excellence. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
We'll now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and international news stories. Do stay tuned.
The Roots Project invites you to a special live TV program on Saturday, 17th May 2025 from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on QTV. This 1 hour, 30 minutes live phone-in talk show will highlight the project's progress and achievements. Roots officials will provide an overview of the project, share key activities implemented in 2024, and unveil plans for 2025. It's an opportunity for stakeholders and the public to stay informed and engage directly with the project team. Tune in, call in, and be part of the conversation. Don't miss it. Saturday, 17th May 2025, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. only on QTV.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. The Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, MUHAS, has awarded 10 of the University of the Gambia's brightest graduates with letters of commitment for its prestigious Excellence Scholarship, reaffirming the government's investment in nurturing the country's future leaders. Juldenjai attended the ceremony and Sina reports.
The Excellence Scholarship, a flagship initiative by MUHAS, recognizes outstanding academic achievement and offers a pathway for postgraduate study, either at home or overseas. The latest recipients, the top graduates of UTG's class of 2024, received their official commitment letters during a ceremony held on Friday. Congratulating the scholars, Minister for Higher Education Professor Pierre Gomez described them as a source of national pride, praising their intellect, resilience, and academic distinction. Professor Gomez further stated that education is the cornerstone of national development.
We celebrate both men and women who have embraced the rigors of learning, proving that knowledge is the key to unlocking human potential. The University of the Gambia, as the nation's premier institution of higher learning, has nurtured these outstanding minds, equipping them with the skills, values, and vision needed to contribute meaningfully to society.
Addressing those who question the value of the University of the Gambia, Professor Gomez had this to say.
UTG, Nen Nahari, is the powerhouse of this country. That is the truth. You take out UTG products from this country, the system goes down. So when we talk about UTG, I call on everybody, let them talk with respect through this institution. Let them respect the sanctity and the integrity of this institution. Because this institution has given us the best, has produced ministers, permanent secretaries, directors, those who are now in charge of the development agenda of this country. And I send the message now to the UTG students. Understand that UTG belongs to you. When people bring down your institution, your certificate will not have any value.
Fode Msilla, the class of 2024's overall best student, delivered the vote of thanks, expressing gratitude to the government and MOHAS for the opportunity.
The University of the Gambia stands on 3 pillars: knowledge, truth, and development. And when we got into the University of the Gambia, some of us, in terms of university education, we were like blank slates. But today, we leave this university with so much knowledge that can make us not only to seek jobs, but also to create jobs, that can make us to unite our people and to participate fully in its development aspiration.
Friday's ceremony was not just a presentation of scholarships, but a celebration of discipline, perseverance, and academic excellence. The recipients were reminded their journey has just begun, with the expectation that they will serve as agents of change in shaping the Gambia's future. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
Babalum International School in Senchu Alaji, West Coast region, has received a new borehole, ending years of severe water shortages for the school and local community. More in this report. This project was donated by the Al-Farah family in loving memory of Najwa Salwa Husni Hafiz Al-Farah as an act of Sadaqah Jariyah, honoring and continuing her legacy of kindness and generosity. The school authorities expressed gratitude to the donors for this generous gesture, emphasizing the transformative power of education and the essential need for clean water. Here are remarks from Aliu Sen, the headmaster, and Dennis Blay, a senior teacher at Fabalum International School.
Before the arrival of this borehole, it was so hectic on us because, as we all know, Nawek running water goes on and off sometimes, and there is no way out. This is a home where we cannot live without water. So we had some of our ancillary staffs who go into the neighborhood to fetch water to bring to the school. We all know wherever there is no water, there cannot be life.
We thank the Najwa Afara family for the efforts they put in making this project possible for the community and the school. We pray that the Almighty Allah will grant her Jannah, and we will continue remembering her in our prayers, because it wasn't easy for the past few years to get access to frequent water.
The headmaster also highlighted specific intervention areas that require attention.
We have challenges in the sense that we need to reform our infrastructure. We need to put up very strong buildings. If we can have it, we can even put up a story building. So I am inviting all sponsors or any sponsor who has the time, who has the interest to come and help us.
Access to clean water is fundamental for maintaining hygiene and supporting the school's daily activities. Fatu Seka, head girl of the school, spoke on behalf of her fellow students.
For a long time, we had a big problem with water. We didn't have enough clean water to drink, to wash our hands, to perform ablution before prayers, or even to use in our toilets. But now, everything has changed. Because of this special borehole, built in memory of the late Najwas Alfara, it has made such a big difference in our lives. And now, I would like to say a special prayer. Ya Allah, please forgive Najwa Alfara, have mercy on her soul, and grant her a beautiful place in Jannatul Firdaus. Amen.
In the absence of a consistent and reliable public water supply, families and institutions are often left with no choice but to invest in private boreholes to meet their essential water needs. However, the cost of drilling and installing a borehole can be expensive for many households and communities. This makes donated projects such as this one not only appreciated but profoundly impactful. Fabalum International School was established in 2009 by Basim Lum, affectionately known as Linger. The school currently runs a nursery and lower basic school. For QTV News, Slowly M. Camera. Amazing. Mobility charity Stand We Work Together opened a new head office in Carnifin South on Friday, advancing its mission to support people with mobility challenges. Mam Nabuka reports.
The facility will serve as a central hub for distributing mobility aids and providing physical, emotional, and peer support services to amputees nationwide. The organization, formerly known as Legs for Africa, is a UK-based non-profit organization that has been at the forefront of providing prosthetic limbs, mobility solutions, as well as physical and emotional rehabilitation to amputees in multiple countries across sub-Saharan Africa. The organization has been operating in the Gambia for over a decade and has supported the rehabilitation of more than 1,000 amputees during that time. The opening of the new office is part of STAN's broader efforts to cement its legacy, foster inclusivity, and expand outreach efforts to assist more individuals regain their mobility and independence. Here are Phil Tunstall, the Executive Director of STAN, and Gabujaju, the head of the National Rehabilitation Centre.
It was just a couple of people working voluntarily in the UK, supporting a few people in the Gambia with limb loss. And now we've grown into an international organisation. Although our head office is in the UK, this is our first office internationally, our first office in Africa. And we're immensely proud of this day and all that we've achieved in 10 years.
STAN has brought joy to many homes in Gambia, and so we want to see that this thing continues, and want to believe that with their support, we can do it. They said stand. We want to stand with them, and we want to stand with our people with physical challenges and disabilities in other regions of this nation.
Country Representative Aliou Touré highlighted the organization's decade-long impact in the Gambia and its ongoing commitment to improving the lives of those affected by limb loss and mobility challenges.
STAN is organizing hospital counseling for people who are newly amputated. They even do pre-counseling at times when the need arises. They offer home visits to people, amputees within the communities, to see to it that they are well comfortable with their families at home, because at times it's very necessary to counsel the amputee, but at the same time to their caregivers also, who also need to be counseled and know how to handle people in such a condition living with them. Furthermore, they organize amputee community groups. All this gives a lot of help to the amputees during their rehabilitation period.
Beneficiary and peer counselor Nyima Sise shared an emotional message with guests, encouraging others living with similar challenges to seek support and regain their independence.
Our disabilities does not define us, but instead it makes us unique and makes us individuals who believe that we can make change. To all of the amputees here, I call you to believe in yourself, show the world your capabilities and what you have. With that, you will shine. You are a star. Believe in yourself.
The opening of the Carnifing South Head Office marks another step in Stan's broader goal to build an inclusive, accessible society for all. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
That brings us to the end, but before we go, let's recap our headlines. In the ongoing corruption trial of 3 senior health officials, the defense has urged the court to acquit them, arguing there is insufficient evidence. The Ministry of Trade has reaffirmed its commitment to regulating bread prices and keeping them affordable for consumers. The National Assembly has launched a new 5-year strategic plan to boost institutional capacity, accountability, and citizen participation. The Ministry of Higher Education has awarded excellence scholarships to 10 of the University of the Gambia's top graduates. That's all for now in this news bulletin. Join us again tomorrow for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.